Well, this past week was a big one for Canadian democracy, hey? 4 federal by-elections in one day. Big stuff when you consider we're a country with a minority government. And the numbers, they tell quite the story. In fact, they tell a multitude of stories. For the Conservatives that picked up 1 seat, the numbers spelled victory. For the Liberals that picked up 3 seats, the numbers spelled victory. And for the NDP, who picked up 0 seats, somehow the numbers spelled victory. Apparently the numbers told more stories than Stephen Harper has personalities. But the one number you didn't hear any of the national leaders talk about was 72. 72 is in 72%, as in 72% of eligible voters didn't vote. They stayed home. Now, personally, I don't believe that there's an excuse for not voting, but the numbers don't lie. And a 72% no-show, that's not just a case of voter apathy, that's a full-on allergic reaction. Basically, the numbers are telling us the average Canadian voter feels like some guy who can't eat eggs without being sick, being told his choices are scrambled, fried, or poached. And so why aren't any of the national leaders talking about this problem? Well, because it's their fault. They're the ones in the kitchen, and 72% of the electorate, they just don't like what's on the menu. In fact, the only party that has any bragging rights at all after these by-elections is Elizabeth May's Green Party, because they're the only party whose numbers went up. And what's more impressive is the people who actually voted for the Greens did so knowing full well that none of their candidates would actually win. But yet, they still managed to get out of bed before 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening and vote, which for a lot of Green Party members, that's quite the accomplishment. Now, I'm not saying they're a full-on movement, but at least they're moving, which is more than I can say for the rest of them. And as far as I can tell, it looks like they're here to stay, which is a good thing, because Stephen Harper, Stéphane Dion, Jack Layton are looking pretty stale, and Elizabeth May is a welcome addition. Because, as any chef will tell you, a little bit of vinegar brightens up the vegetables.